gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. I played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say, no more race to play. The winner takes it all, the loser standing small.
New case, so no CW number yet. Last name James, first name Jimmy, age 4 years, date October 10, 81. On this date, this office was contacted by Dr. Timothy Bowman of the Northside Medical Clinic concerning 4-year-old Jimmy James. Dr. Bowman reported that he has treated Jimmy twice in the last 6 weeks, once for a cut over the eye and once for a broken wrist. The parents attributed both injuries to accidents. On each of the visits, Dr. Bowman noted the child had a number of bruises on his body, which the mother explained resulted from Jimmy's, quote, always falling down, end quote. On the second of these visits with Jimmy, Dr. Bowman also noted burn marks on the child's buttocks, which he believed were caused by a cigarette. He determined at this point to contact this office and request an investigation of the situation by...
Oh no, you guys go on ahead. I'll join you as soon as I see who... Mary Hansen, hello? Yes, Ms. Price, how are you today? Well, that seems to be the general consensus around here, too. I think it's the heat. Oh, no, I haven't forgotten. I should be there about 4. Okay, sure. Similac or Enfamil? No, I won't forget. See you then. Bye. Mine too? Thanks. Hi. No, I was just about to sneak out with everybody else for a coffee break is all. Oh, you're a much better high than caffeine any day. And we're not all supposed to abandon our posts at the same time anyways, so I'll wait 5 minutes. So, how's your day off then? Oh, you have to stay out by your big old pool all by yourself? Poor baby. So. Your usual quota of impregnated teenagers, paranoid foster parents, etc. No, I just want you to feel sorry for me. Oh, so what's up for tonight? Very funny, but please do try to remember this is a business phone. Wow. You have the shopping list for me? Jack and Laura coming? I've got a pencil here somewhere. No, I do not have one behind my ears, Marty. I'm not that. Honey, could you hold on for just a sec? Thanks. Oh, what are you... Hello? You startled me.
There wasn't no one at the front desk.
Oh. Well, she must have stepped away a minute.
Well, I heard your voice, so I followed it, but I didn't want to disturb you while you was on the telephone.
Yes. I just need to finish up with that. Did you come to talk to me, or... well, let me...
Oh, yeah, you go right on ahead.
Would you like to have a chair out in the waiting room? I shouldn't be too long.
No?
It's a private call.
Oh. Okay, then I'll just stand out in the hall till you're done.
Well, I might take a few minutes.
I'll just stand out here.
All right. Hi. Sorry, someone just... What? Oh, no, just an old client. No, it's all right. Go ahead and give me the shopping list. I'll stop by the liquor store, too, so... I know, you are very lucky to have me.
40973. first name Jimmy, age 4. Date October 14, 81. Following the report made by Dr. Bowman, the worker made a visit to the James apartment at 1804 North Main. No response. New date, October 15. Worker again visited the James apartment and was met at the door by Ms. James, who refused to let the worker in, stating that Mr. James was out looking for work and that he didn't want her to let anyone in when he wasn't there. The worker explained the reason for the visit, and Ms. James became very upset, saying people were telling lies about her. Through the open door, the worker observed a sparsely furnished room with clothing, papers, and empty food containers strewn. That's S-T-R-E-W-N, about. There was also a strong odor of urine coming from... Scratch that. A strong odor of urine emitting from the apartment. The worker informed Ms. James she would be returning the following morning and requested that Ms. James and her husband, as well as their son Jimmy, be present for this interview. As the worker was leaving the building, she was stopped by a neighbor of the James, who stated she often heard Jimmy crying loudly and said...
Okay. Is that it? All right. I should be at your house about 5:30. Oh, well, because I'm going to take off a little early today. That's why. Honey, I wish I could talk, but... Right. Me too. See you then. Bye. Miss James, Llewellyn, you can... Hi. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
Boy, sure is quiet up here.
Yes, I guess it is.
Where is everybody anyway?
Oh.
It looks like you're the only one in the whole place.
Oh, no, everybody's here. They're all just busy keeping their heads down, but they're all here.
You got the air conditioning on. It's nice and cool in here.
I know. Can you believe this? Air conditioning at the end of September? I swear when I was a little girl, September was a fall month. Oh, 97 degrees, they said today. The end of September, and it's 97 degrees. Ridiculous.
I just got a big old fan at home. Keeps me cool, though. Keeps it pretty cool, except it blows everything around.
Well, maybe that's what I need in here. Help me get rid of some of this stuff. I like your hair like that.
It needs cutting.
No, I like it longer. It makes you look... It's nice. How is...
Do you reckon I could sit down for a minute?
Of course. Here, let me get some of this stuff out of your way so you'll have a place. There. Afraid I'm not much of a housekeeper.
Me neither.
Well, you can... Are you all right?
I walked all the way here.
From your house?
Must be 10 miles, I bet. Don't you think it's about that? About 10 miles?
Well,
It's pretty near 10 miles.
that's certainly longer than I'd want to walk anyways. Especially today. Did you, come just to see me? Or... well, I'm glad to see you, Llewellyn, but, you know, it might have been better if you had called me first to, make sure I was in, that I didn't have a client with me. You lucked out, I guess. Now, what can I...
Well, that old Ray just took off in the car. He knowed too, but he don't care. He just took off. Didn't say, boo, bless you, or nothing. Didn't even leave me no money for the bus, so I walked it. I can't.
Well, yes, you did.
Thought I was going to pass out from Heat Pro Station.
Well, are you thirsty? There's a water cooler, or I have...
No. All them cars just whooshing by me and nobody even... Oh, look at that. I know it for the last 3 miles. Look at it. I got a big old blister on my big toe.
Let me see. Oh, that does not look so great.
Ugh. I bet I got one on my... Oh, and this one's about ready to bust, too.
Well, I've got some Band-Aids.
Darn him.
I know they're here somewhere.
Shoot. Double shoot.
Here, Band-Aids. Where are... Aha! Well, I knew I had some. Oh. Mary, Mary, you've got to pull your act together.
I can just put some toilet paper on
No,
it.
no, it's all right. I know there's a first aid kit in the storage room. You just stay where you are. We'll get you fixed up in no time.
twice weekly with Jimmy since his removal from the James home and his subsequent placement in foster care on October 19. During these 3 months in the Swinford foster home, Jimmy has become a most affectionate, outgoing child who is just a delight to be. Scratch that. Outgoing child, period. His health is now quite good and is reflected in his physical appearance. He continues to express concern for his mother, but his nightmares have become much less frequent and the bedwetting has stopped altogether. New paragraph. Mr. and Ms. James have remained in group therapy, and it is that group leader's judgment that both, but especially Ms. James, have made substantial progress. See attached report. As a result, the court has ordered that supervised trial visits between Jimmy and his natural parents begin immediately with the goal of eventual reintegration of the James family. The worker will begin preparing Jimmy for these visits at their next meeting. This worker cautions... Scratch that. This worker feels... Scratch that. This worker recommends the close supervision of...
Here we go. Did you need something?
I only, Jimmy drank that stuff when he was a baby. Gave him the colic.
Some of my foster mothers say the same thing.
How come you'd reckon anybody'd want to do that anyway? Take care of somebody else's kid for?
All sorts of reasons. Now, why don't you sit back down, and we'll get those feet taken care of, and then you can tell me why you wanted to see me today, all right? Looks like we hit pay dirt this time. Would you like for me to? Or?
I could never do that. Take care of somebody else's kid and then have to give them back?
Well, it can be very hard.
You know what Jimmy told me? He said that place, that Swen... What was their name now?
You know that's not information I can give you.
He already told me. I just forgot it right now, though. I'll remember it, though. He told me that they never give him enough to eat, that he was always hungry. That's what he told me.
Well, you getting it?
I reckon they do it for the money.
An awful lot of work for not much money.
You know what else he said? He said she whooped him. Hard. There. That don't hurt none when I stand. Or when I walk.
Good. But no shoes.
I like to go barefoot.
Tell you what, after we finish here, I'll give you a lift home. That way.
Where do you live?
Southeast.
But where's southeast?
Won't be out of my way to drop you off. I have to go.
How come you get to know where I live, but I don't get to know where you do?
There's no reason for you to.
No, I thought you said you wanted to be my friend.
I did. I do. But...
Well, I don't got a friend that I don't know where she lives.
Llewellyn, I meant friend in the sense of helping you, of not being against you, your enemy. A professional friend. A professional who is a friend.
How long you been a professional friend?
Well, I've been a social worker for, I don't know, a couple of years almost. Something like that. Llewellyn, I have an appointment in about...
It's because they're new shoes, is how come. I'd have worn my tennis shoes, but I wanted to look good, and tennis shoes don't look nice with a dress, do they?
You look very nice.
Jimmy surely does like you.
Llewellyn, I want you...
After that time that he'd come back from that place, you was all he could talk about. He said, Miss Hanson took me to the circus, and Miss Hanson bought me this, and give me that, and brung me there. You sure must have spent a lot of your time with him. He even said that one time you took him over to your house for supper, and he got to eat in your big old dining room, and then you took him out for a movie. He sure is a pretty little boy, ain't he?
Yes, he is.
He's got the longest eyelashes. Looks just like my daddy. Old Ray thinks he looks like him, but oh, he don't. He looks exactly like my daddy. My daddy surely was a looker, too. How come you put him in that place where they never fed him and they whooped him all the time?
They didn't whip him. I wouldn't have let anyone... He gained weight while he was there.
Oh, look at that. Look how cute those are. Can I take one out? My hands is clean. Oh. Look at how precious. Oh, it's got a little blue ducky on it. Oh, a little blue ducky with an itty-bitty red eye. Did you see that part? Oh, you just forget how little they was. Them teeny arms and their itty-bitty legs. So little.
Llewellyn,
You remember that Miss Botts who lives across the hall from me? The one who's so nosy and is always telling lies on me and old Ray? Well, she's in the hospital. They come and took her yesterday.
I'm sorry to hear.
And I ain't gonna go visit her neither. She probably got cancer. Gonna get all her insides eat up. That's what Ray said.
Llewellyn, when you quit going to group, did you ask about seeing someone privately over there? I mean...
You know, I don't care if she does either. Can I have some water now? I'm real thirsty.
And he told the nurse he'd fallen against the stove. Mr. and Miss James then left Jimmy in her care, saying they would be right back, but did not return. On February 17, Jimmy was again placed in the Swinford foster home. Date February 23, the worker was finally able to contact Mr. and Miss James after lengthy discussion in which they became alternately defensive and angrily aggressive, at times even threatening the worker. The worker succeeded in explaining...
Here's your... You walked a very long way on a very hot day to see me, Llewellyn, and I would like to know why, what I can do to help you, but you're going to have to tell me. Will you? Well, I'm sorry, I wish I had time, but I do have this appointment, so if you'll let me get my things together, I'll...
No. But see, I got this real good idea. It's real good, too. See, I'm fixing to move out on All Right. He just don't know it yet, but I am. And I'm gonna get me a place to live and a job maybe at the telephone company maybe. And my girlfriend works at the telephone company. Or a waitress. I could do that.
Well, jobs are a little hard to find these days, but that sounds... Well, I think you'd enjoy working.
Oh, I think I would too. And I'm gonna get me a place. My girlfriend lives in a duplex, and her neighbors are fixing to move out maybe, and I could live there if they did. And it's got a big backyard and a fenced-in side yard, and I wouldn't even let old Ray come and visit, no matter how much he yelled at me.
Wait a minute.
No. So I know he loses his temper. He just don't mean to. He's been getting much better about it since we went to that group. I sure do appreciate you making us go to them meetings. See, we was just under a lot of pressure, and we was probably just taking it up.
Wait a minute here, Llewellyn.
No, I still wouldn't let him come visit, not no matter how much he yelled at me or how much he begged me. No, he still couldn't come visit. And I'm going to get me a place for Jimmy, and you can come visit, and
You know that...
you can come visit Jimmy every day. You can take him out in your car, and you can buy him a Coke and ask him questions. I'd share him with you. We could share him.
Llewellyn, please don't do this to yourself.
I ain't.
You're hurting yourself with this. You're building up a fantasy.
It's
that-
not a fantasy. I thought it all out.
Thinking it out doesn't mean it can happen that way.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry.
You ain't sorry.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry for how you feel right now. I know
You
how...
know what? You know what it's like to have your kids still by the welfare? To sit in a room and remember that your little boy ain't being quiet because he's sleeping or because he's into something, but that he's being quiet because he ain't even there no more? And you don't know where he is, and you don't know when he's coming back. You don't know.
No. But I guess no one does, really. You have to...
What? I have to what? Forget about him? You ain't got kids, do you?
No.
No. You want one?
Someday.
Like my Jimmy? I know you like him a whole lot. You like him more than the others? He your favorite? I know you want him. That's why you don't want me to know where you live.
Llewellyn, this...
It's because you got him at your house, ain't you?
No! This is a state agency, Llewellyn. There are rules here. Even if I wanted to do something...
You want to. You want to, and you did.
No matter how much I care about Jimmy, and I care about him, that simply isn't the reason he was taken from your home. You know this. I did not steal him. He is not at my house, okay? Now, I want you to tell me precisely what it is you think I can do, so I can answer you in as clear a way as possible, so we understand each other.
I want to see Jimmy.
I understand that, but what do you want me to do about it?
I want you to go get him.
I can't do that. I don't have that authority. It's out of my hands.
You go get him and bring him here.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
You were in the courtroom. You heard the judge.
Then call him.
Who?
That judge. Call him. Tell him I can have my baby back.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Call
This
him.
interview is ended.
Call him.
I can't call the judge.
Yes, you can. And you better.
Llewellyn,
I mean it.
get out of my face.
If you don't, I'll do something.
Stop this.
I'll hurt you. I can't. And I ain't kidding either.
God damn it! God damn it, just who the hell do you think you are? What do you think you're doing here? You can't ever, not ever in this life, see that child again. Not ever.
Yes, I can.
Do you think the state or the judge would put that little boy back after what you did?
I did it. I never done.
You!
Ray!
You!
Ray done it.
Face that reality at least. You admitted it to me, to the judge.
Ray.
Ray may have done a lot of it, but not that last, Llewellyn.
Well, he made me.
He made you hold that child's hands against a hot stove till he had first and second degree burns? I'll tell you one thing, Ray couldn't have made me do that.
Well, we was just teaching him.
And then you left him, just left him. And in all the months we've had him in foster care, you haven't contacted me once, not one time, to find out how he was doing. So why today? Why do you people think you can suddenly turn up out of the blue and think, Christ? We explained everything to you 6 months ago. You could hold a gun to my head or a knife to my throat, and it still wouldn't get him back for you.
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. See someone? Let me make
Talking to a stranger ain't gonna help.
It can.
I was right about you wanting my Jimmy, wasn't I? I know I was. That's how come I come to see you. It gets so quiet sometimes. I thought you'd understand about it. He told me. Ray told me the welfare don't care nothing about people's feelings. They ain't ever gonna help you. My girlfriend, she's fixing to have a little baby soon. I've been giving her all of Jimmy's baby things.
I'm sure that's very hard for you.
Do you think that I could have one of those to give to her?
I wish you'd let me get you in to see someone.
Don't hurt none.
Well, at least let me take
I
you.
don't want you to.
Let me give you bus fare then. I'm sorry I lost I shouldn't have.
Presented Jimmy with a new tricycle, which he loved. All in all, the worker felt that the 3 trial visits with the prospective adoptive parents were most successful. Jimmy was taken to the state office for final adoptive placement with his new family on September 3, 82. This file is being transferred to the office in Sycamore County. Right. Next case. Last name Albert, first name Joan, CW number.
Those little things don't mean much to me, my girl. I cross the whole world for someone like you. Oh, oh, no matter where I go. Oh, oh, my unpredictable girl. You're impossible, girl. You
Is it?
I'm asking you.
Oh, then it is. Unless you say it isn't, in which case it is not. The customer is always right, you see. Except when she isn't.
And are you Valentine Grace?
Yes! I mean, sort of. No, not really.
Which is it?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Let's try something else. What's your name?
I'm Valentine Grace, but my mother is also Valentine Grace. So it depends on which one of us you are looking for. My mother is CEO of this agency, the woman behind the woman, if you will.
Is your mother around?
She's on vacation. Again. I'm afraid there's no telling when she'll be back. Or if she'll come back at all. There have been many times now where she went away and never came back.
That's not possible.
Yes, it is. That's why she started this agency, you see, because she loves to travel. Unfortunately, she didn't realize that in order to run a travel agency, you have to stay in one place, which is why she had me. She thought to herself, well, if I can't run a travel agency, then I ought to have a daughter who can, not a son, because she says they're too smelly and demanding. So one day, she picked up a man at a resort, a good-looking, clean-smelling man. Although I suspect he was skinny and had stringy hair like mine. Slept with him, got pregnant immediately, and then 9 months later, I was born.
Surely you're joking.
About which part?
I don't have time for this. I'm here about an important matter. My girlfriend...
Oh, that's good, because I don't want to tell it to you. One should never tell too much to the customer. My mother used to tell me that. My mother's been teaching me since before I was born. In the womb, you see, she used to talk to me, teaching me on what to say and how to help customers. She said, always begin with a question. So, where are you thinking about going?
Nowhere. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm
Oh,
here...
I'm afraid I can't send you there.
Where?
Nowhere. We sent far too many people there last year. It was my fault. I started sending people there for free. The mayor of Nowhere calls me up out of the blue. Really. And he told me I was single-handedly responsible for the economic troubles of Nowhere. Nowhere's population was growing at an exorbitant rate, and no one couldn't find work.
You mean no one could find work?
No, I mean what I said. No one couldn't. No one is the mayor's daughter, and if she can't find work, that's a very bad sign. The mayor of Nowhere told me that under no circumstances am I allowed to send anyone else to Nowhere. Not now and not any time in the future.
Right. Is there anyone else I can talk to?
Yes.
Well, can you get them for me?
Oh, you mean here? Oh no, there's just me here, but there are plenty of people in the world. Some that talk, some don't, but most do, I think.
Look, I just need to find where my girlfriend went. She came in here a few months ago, requested to go someplace, and I haven't seen her since. Can you look up her name and tell me?
It's not impossible. It's not really possible either. You see, we hold a strict confidentiality procedure with our clients. We call it the once they go, we pretend we don't know policy.
It's important that I find her.
Why?
Because I wish to see her, that's why. Isn't that enough?
Enough for me to break the once they go, we pretend we don't know policy? No, it isn't enough.
Fine, I need to see her because I'm...
What? What are you?
I'm dying. I have Instaco Imaginario Flebritis.
That sounds made up.
It is. Dr. Flebritis made it up. He's a world-renowned specialist in phlebotomy. He says I have very little time left.
By your watch or his?
What?
I'm guessing it was by his because you're not wearing a watch. The good news is that if his watch is slow, you may have more time than you realize. If his watch is fast, you may have less. If I were you, I would go to this doctor straight away and ask him to move the hands back on his clock so that you have more time.
You're talking nonsense again.
I'm not the one who has a made-up disease.
I don't have time for this. I have 3 months, maybe 4 left to live. That's why I need to find my girlfriend so that we can spend my last days together.
She doesn't love you.
What?
That's why she left.
No, that's not it at all. We just needed some time apart. Everyone needs a break now and then, she said. But we were in love, madly in love.
Were you? Or do you think that now that you're dying?
What?
Everyone wants to have great love in their life, right? So you thought she was yours, but she wasn't.
You don't even know her.
I do know her. I remember her.
I didn't tell you her name.
Sylvia Augustine.
How did you know that?
I have a sense for these things.
I need to find her. Name your price. I'll pay whatever you want.
$1 trillion and a maid service.
What?
Make that $2 trillion. I'll give $1 trillion to my mother when she returns from her trip, and I'll keep the other $1 trillion for myself.
I don't have $1 trillion.
Fine, $3 trillion. One for me, one for my mother, and one for you. That way you can have $1 trillion. But that is my final offer.
Look, I have $500. Will that do?
No, but I will take it.
So, where did she go?
Oh, that's easy. She went to... Huh. It seems I've forgotten.
Oh, what?
Yes, it completely slipped my mind. But the good news is that we only send people to 5 places, so it had to have been one of those. Unless, of course, it wasn't. Perhaps if I tell you the 5 places, you can tell me which one your girlfriend would have wanted to go to.
I don't believe this. You didn't record it in your computer?
I would have if I had one, but I didn't, so I don't. Now, do you want to hear the 5 places we send people or not?
Yes, go ahead.
First, there is Nowhere, which, as I said, is no longer accepting visitors. Then there's Almost There, which is our most popular choice. Somewhere, Anywhere, and Home.
Oh my God.
Now, in my experience, people who go to Almost There almost have their lives together. They almost have a job, they almost have money, they almost have a significant other, but they don't really have any of those things. They just wish they did. Does that sound like your girlfriend?
No. Do you think I could call your mother? Maybe she could help me.
Then there is Anywhere. We get a lot of people saying they're willing to go anywhere. They're willing to do anything to escape the misery that has become their lives. As a result, Anywhere is full of very sad individuals. Is your girlfriend sad?
I can't believe I'm listening to this.
Now, people who go to Somewhere are much better off. They have more money, which generally means that they are happier. Somewhere is our more expensive place to visit, but it's much more fun than Almost There. There are plenty of things to do in Somewhere.
Look, I'm just gonna go home.
Oh! We send people home all the time. But once they get there, they realize it isn't what they remembered. Home looks different every time you visit. It changes more than any other place. I personally like home, but the majority of people don't appreciate it.
If you do hear from Sylvia, will you tell her that I miss her?
I will, but honestly, Montgomery, if I was you, I'd forget all about Sylvia. I'd take charge of my life. I'd stop seeing that ridiculous doctor who gave you a made-up disease. I'd take this $500 and book a trip to Somewhere. Somewhere is beautiful this time of year.
What if I said yes? What if, for a brief moment, I suspended my sense of reality? What if I went along with your lunacy? What would happen?
I'd book your trip today. You'd have a full itinerary of events. We'd plan everything according to your preferences. You'd have a wonderful time. So what are you saying? Are you actually saying you want to go to Somewhere?
Yes. Let's do it. I'd love to see where you sent me.
I wake up early, sometimes at 5:30 to run. My mom got too worried, I had to tell her it was fun. Oh, I feel like a failure if I don't skip breakfast and lunch. I'm chasing a body, I know that I'll never outrun. 'Cause I'll always wish I was smaller than this. And I just can't quit pulling at my skin. Oh, set a goal for myself and I'll try to work hard. I'll reach it, but swear I look just like I did from the start. I know that it's not true, but I feel like I'm the only one who's chasing a body. I know that I'll never outrun.
Where have you been, Meatloaf?
Nowhere. I was out with Jason.
Where did you go?
We went to a movie.
Did you?
Leave me alone.
Did you see the girls in that movie and how good they looked? How are you ever going to be able to wear straight pants like that? I know you want to look like that. They looked cool. They just looked so cool.
I really don't need you right now.
Jeez, I'm just trying to help you to look good and feel good.
Shut up. You know that stuff doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter in the slightest. Just leave me alone, okay? I really don't want to hear from you.
You know, you can be thin and still be happy. People don't like fat girls, you know. You can be one of those really skinny girls that just doesn't think about food. Food doesn't matter to her. She doesn't need food.
Leave me alone. I know what I want. Weight doesn't matter. I'm not fat, for God's sake.
You don't think so? You want me to leave you alone? Are you sure about that?
Look, I've been through this before. I really don't want to hear from you. I don't want to go through this again.
What are you looking for anyway?
My phone?
I think you left it in the theater in the bathroom.
No, I couldn't have left it in the bathroom.
Too bad. You had all those cool photos of you and Jason smoking up behind the theater before the show. All lost.
Are you making fun of me?
Hey, you're the one who smells like pot. That showed a lot of class, huh? I thought you resolved to stop smoking.
I don't really care if you want to know.
You don't even know what that means. And it's all downhill from here.
What do you mean?
How was your math test?
I did well.
Did you?
Yes, I got second best mark in the
Oh,
class.
don't give me that. I know you didn't spend enough time studying. You know, you are so on top of things, so in control.
I am.
Where's your phone?
It's probably at Jason's.
What, are you heading for the kitchen? Are you hungry? You shouldn't be, you know. You don't need food to sleep.
So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm hungry.
You know I'm right. I know what you're thinking. What are you going for? Toast? Don't you think you can do without the carbs?
You're a bitch.
You know I'm right.
Leave me alone.
God, will you stop saying that? Listen, I know what you need to do. Go back to the theater and see if you can find that phone. You can't lose that phone.
It's only a phone.
Yeah, sure, that's what you think. Did you go for a run today?
No, I didn't have a chance. I had that meeting.
Fitness has a shelf life of 48 hours. Put on your sneakers. You can have some food tomorrow morning. That is if you go for a really long run. Unless you want to do something about your fat stomach right now. And your phone. Do something about your phone. The janitor will still be there.
That's crazy.
Addison Rae's pants looked awfully cool.
I'm not running to the theater.
Just do it, God. Get it over with. Force yourself. You know it's the best thing to do. You are so lazy. If you aren't going for a run, then at least get at that homework. You're going to bring up your math mark.
I got a 93.
I know what you got on your math test, you stupid little bitch. And I know that you can do better. Now get moving.
I don't want to.
You're wasting time. The late night janitor is going to leave.
You make me feel bad about myself, all right? Just leave me alone. Just stay away from me.
Why won't you look at me? You know, I think Amber is stronger than you are. I don't think she even ate a dessert today.
I had one donut hole.
Do you think you needed one? You said you weren't going to have any, and then you did anyway. You are out of control.
I am not.
And you had 2 cheeseburgers on Saturday. 2 of them, no less. What do you think? They're made of nothing? Meat, too. That's another resolution you made to yourself. No meat. Some vegetarian you are.
What am I supposed to do? They tasted good. I don't want an eating disorder.
Well, good thing you always listen to me.
I do not always listen to you.
Yes, you do. I say run, you run. I say study, you study. I say sleep, you sleep. If you don't listen to me, why aren't you in bed right now?
I
told you to go for a run, and you'll run. Come on, get moving.
I don't want to.
I wake up early, sometimes at 5:30 to run. My mom got too worried, I had to tell her it was fun. Oh, I feel like a failure if I don't skip breakfast and lunch. I'm chasing a body I know that I'll never outrun. 'Cause I'll always wish I was smaller than this, and I just can't quit.
Excuse me, Miss Earnwright. Is this a good time?
Of course.
I'm Barrett Brown.
I know.
I'm going to clean.
You think one of the girls my father hired to know how to run a vacuum cleaner?
What?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Thought I'd wash the windows.
That won't be necessary. They aren't dirty. Leave the drapes alone. I've arranged them to my liking.
It's a beautiful day today. Although I hear we're going to have a big storm, perhaps tomorrow.
I leave the drapes closed.
And how do you know the window isn't dirty?
Excuse me?
I guess it doesn't matter then about the window.
No, it doesn't.
C.E. Someone carved their initials into the windowsill.
I thought I told you to leave it alone.
Honest people don't hide their deeds.
What was that?
Just an expression. My mother used to say it.
It's actually a quote from a novel.
Really?
I do like your name, by the way, Barrett. Any chance you're named after the poetess?
My mother named me after her first boyfriend. Died in a motorcycle accident.
Oh, how tragic.
Well, I never knew him.
I'm named after my mother, Cecily. A slight abridgment. I'm Cecilia. You missed a spot. We go through 6 or 7 maids a year. One my father met in an actual bookstore. I had high hopes for her. Turns out she was only buying a children's book, a birthday present of some kind. I believe it was Dr. Seuss. I suppose I should explain. My father hires maids in hopes that we'll become friends of a sort, so I'll be encouraged to go outside. The Dr. Seuss maid was actually the worst. One traveled through Europe with her parents, so we had some nice conversations, but she was mostly interested in computers. Another was a failed actress for the stage. I say failed because although she was quite young, her Ophelia, which I encouraged her to perform for me, showed absolutely no promise. What are you interested in, Brett?
I'm at community college, liberal arts. I'm not very good at math, so it seemed a logical choice.
Any passionate interests?
Well, I'm kind of crazy about photography. My friends and I dress up in futuristic costumes and pose in front of rundown stores and billboards. Then we post them on Snapchat and Instagram with captions. Do you know what an anachronism is?
I do.
Well, I was showing my slideshow to this one homeless dude. That's what he said I was, an anachronism.
Then you are misinformed. An anachronism is something out of its time, but it usually refers to a thing that is from the past.
Like I said, it's a beautiful day, but like I said, the weather is going to turn.
I said no, thank you. Don't touch anything.
It's dusty. Emily Bronte.
What about her?
Wuthering Heights. I read this when I was 15.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What did you think?
Oh, I read it a long time ago.
And it didn't leave a big impression?
Well, passion, romance, I remember the Moors. I think that stayed with me the most. We all had to memorize a passage. I chose, what was it? It was not the thorn embracing the rose.
It was not the thorn bending to the honeysuckles, but the honeysuckles embracing the thorn.
Yep, that was it.
And what about Heathcliff and Kathy?
I remember disliking them. Actually, I disliked everyone.
Then you did not bother to understand them. Heathcliff was a wild child, and circumstances cultivated that. Kathy suppressed her nature, and that's why she died. They were drawn together for a reason. They were soulmates. It couldn't have ended any other way.
Suppose the circumstances were different.
It wouldn't have mattered. People are what they are. It was just a question of what course the tragedy would take in this example.
C.E. Aren't those Kathy's initials before she married Edgar? It's really stuffy in here.
That's how I like it.
Suit yourself. So what else do you like to do besides this?
If you believe you're taming me, I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Taming you.
Disarming me, getting to know me. I'm not going to go outside. A few moments of silence.
I guess I'm done for the day. May I borrow it?
Take it. But if you're going to take it, read it, for God's sake. Dear God.
I didn't see you there. Thought you must have gone out. Sorry, it's almost noon.
Almost. Oh.
Is everything all right? Are you all right?
I had a nightmare, a dream. I slept poorly. A dream, hearing a girl begging to come in. It was Kathy's voice. And we talked about the book, and there was a storm, and I stared out in what could only be described as an abyss.
How do you know it was Kathy's voice?
I just knew, in that terrible way that you just know.
Goodness. That sounds really gothic.
How much of the book did you read?
All of it.
Really? Well, don't torture me. Tell me, what did you think?
I've revised my opinion somewhat. Before, I more or less disliked the characters, and now I downright hate Kathy. She gets bit by a dog and spends 5 weeks with the Lintons, falls in love with Edgar, and I don't care what the bloggers all say, she must have felt something. Leaving Heathcliff to the mercy of her sadistic brother, then torturing her husband with her unrequited love for Heathcliff, having a baby, dying? She had no backbone. That, and it's a story about incest. I think the Twilight series did it better, frankly. And the whole business about the weather, the storms, the rain, chills, I think the only sane person in the story, not counting the narrators, which, by the way, is a lazy way to tell a story. But then, Emily was only an immature girl who never left her room. The only sane person in the entire story is Joseph. And you can't understand a word he says, but at least he does business well. Oh, and I like the dogs. They have the good sense to bite everybody who moves.
You are insensible, insensitive, and I mean that in the way Jane Austen would mean it, and terrible at explaining plot. This is one of the most complex, passionate, unresolved, most contradictory of all the love stories ever written. It's about the longing to find oneself, to give yourself unreservedly over to another human being, and to find a whole new sense of identity. More and still more, I am Heathcliff.
Wow. Truth? I just watched the movie.
You watched the movie?
If it's any consolation, I watched the original with Laurence Olivier. He's also in this movie with Dustin Hoffman, plays a sadistic dentist.
Heathcliff is not a dentist, and Wuthering Heights is not a movie. It is no more filmable than the very machinations of your brain.
Well, there was that one Disney movie, Inside Out. What is not connected with her to me, and what does not recall her. I cannot look down to this floor lest I see her features shaped in the flags, in every cloud, in every tree, filling the air at night, caught in glimpses of every object by day. I am surrounded by her image. The Moors await Cecilia Earnwright.
Will I ever love the same way again? Will I ever love somebody like the way I did you? Never thought you'd be so damn hard to replace. I swear I don't mean to be this way. If I can't have you, is love completely off the table? Do I sit this one out and wait for the next life? Am I too cold? Am I not nice? Might not be quite yet healed already. Should have been going too steady. But I just wanna know, is love completely off the table? Will you be there? Can I still have you? Not yet healed already. Should have been going too steady. Just wanna know, is love completely off the table?
I'll wait for you, even though it always feels like I'll be number two to someone you can't hold anymore. If you let me in, I'm ready to give you what I couldn't before. Cause I got you, girl. Let me help you through it. You try to fill the void with a couple boys, I can see right through it. I can love you more than I did before. Was in a dark place back then. I was toxic, but I was toxic to someone else. I was haunted by the years.
What time is it?
It's 1:47 p.m.
Where is Heather?
Heather isn't in your Find My list.
I like your voice. You still sound good.
Thank you, Penelope. I'm glad you like my dulcet tones.
Sorry I'm late. I hit every damn red light on the way here. And this slug bitch in front of me drove about 20 miles per hour in a 50. You're really still on that shit, Pen? What's it gonna take? Am I gonna have to buy you a flip phone so you don't have your own virtual personal assistant?
Nice to see you too.
At least pick a different voice. It's not good for you to be living in memories.
I'm not living in memories. I'm being assisted in real time by the voice of my choosing. See? What time is it?
It's 1:50.
See? It's all happening in real time.
I'm just worried about you.
Don't be.
Okay, if you insist. But don't come crying to me when you end up in the loony bin. Can we just get this shit over with? I don't want to mope around this place all day.
Whatever Her Highness desires. I already finished that box. You want to take this one?
Sure, put me to work.
You didn't have to come.
Yes, I did. Gotta loot what I can.
So that's what this is about for you?
I'd rather have a tangible object than just a voice in the void.
I dreamt about this day. The day we'd be rummaging through old artifacts and rusted over relics. I thought we'd take turns sharing stories. Laughing about the time when Mom walked in on us comparing the size of our nipples. Crying about the time when Mom and Dad sold our house on Creekside Boulevard. Reminiscing about the times we'd skip school to share a single can of PBR in the woods behind Big Mike's shed. Don't you want to remember it all?
No. Remembering makes it harder. I don't like it when I dream of her, and I don't like it when you force me into remembering.
I miss the younger you.
I don't. I was stupid and naive, and I let people walk all over me.
And now you just walk all over people. Oh, how the tables have turned.
I'm sorry. We can talk about Mom if you need to.
I don't need to. I wanted to, but I don't need to. And I don't want to now because you're only offering out of obligation to try to smooth things over with me.
Make a pile of the things you want. I need a smoke.
Take it outside.
Why? Mom can't smell the smoke.
No, but I can, and it's disgusting.
Maybe you should take on smoking. That'd help you loosen up.
I miss you.
Oh, Penelope, I miss you too.
Come back.
I can't do that, but you can change it in settings.
Why doesn't Heather understand?
Interesting question.
Tell me why.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
I'll tell you why I don't understand. That voice in your phone isn't Mom. You talk to it like it's her spirit or something, but it's not. All those things she says, they're pre-recorded. She isn't talking to you, Penelope. She can't talk to us anymore. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you can move on.
I'll move on when I'm ready.
Give me your phone.
No.
I'm trying to help you.
Your version of helping is always hurting.
You're delusional.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Are you alive?
I'm not a person or a robot. I am a software here to help.
You think I'm stupid? I know it's software.
Then let it go.
It's a crime to want to hear her voice?
No, but I don't want to, and I won't let you do your talking to the dead shit while I'm here. You can have this back when I leave. Do you remember these?
Oh, shit. Are those the shoes Mom wore when she walked down the aisle?
She didn't wear them when she walked down the aisle, remember? She had them shipped from Paris, France. And they didn't arrive in time for the rehearsal dinner, so the first time she wore them was her wedding night.
Oh, yeah. She had blisters on her heels by the time she and Dad were done taking pictures.
Right, you think they snapped a pic of those blisters? They were gnarly.
Don't remind me. I have the exact image painted in my mind. I don't need photographs.
Mom couldn't even make it down the aisle. Had to go barefoot. Oh, it's like when you were the flower girl at Aunt Jenny's wedding and refused to wear your shoes.
Who insists on shoes for a beach wedding? That's just stupid. 3-year-old me was progressive. You should try them on.
No, I'm good. You go ahead.
Oh, they would never fit me. You know me and my Sasquatch feet. Besides, you always used to love wearing her shoes. You're wearing a pair of hers right now.
I should be going. I have to pick up a rotisserie chicken for this potluck thing.
Chicken can wait. You can't leave until you try them on, please. You're the only person I know who wouldn't be creeped out by wearing a dead person's shoes, and I want to see them on somebody.
Okay, fine.
Ooh, looking good. Now model them.
Let the floor be your runway.
You're absurd.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! Oh, you look a little wobbly there. Let me help you.
I got it.
Okay. That's what you get for denying my help. You look just like Mom hobbling along in those bad boys.
Thank you. That was fun.
Keep the shoes. You need some heels to practice in. Your runway form could use a little work.
I'll owe it all you when I make it big on America's Next Top Model. I love you. You know that, right?
I know. I love you too. Sometimes you just do a shit job of showing it.
I'll try to be better.
Better go get that rotisserie chicken, huh?
Yeah. I'll be back soon and help you clear out more of this.
Okay. Drive safe.
See ya.
Heather, you still have my phone. Thanks for everything.
My pleasure.
Star sign, Gemini, brown eyes, fair hair in the light. We cool time last night, and I can't stop thinking about her and her lips upon mine. So soft, feelings I don't know the name of. Under the clothes we take off, used to be two hearts in love. Oh why am I alone? Did I do something wrong? Am I the reason, or have you found someone else? So tell me, girl, how can I live without love? How can I be what you want? Cause when the morning comes around, you're still gone. I'll say, how can I see through the dark? All I can do is wonder where you are. Are you happy in someone else's arms? Well, that's the way to break my heart. That's the way to break my heart. That's the way to break my heart. That's the way to break my heart.
What's for breakfast?
We just had breakfast. We're waiting for lunch. The bell should ring any minute now, and then we can start eating. Ham.
Well, I assumed it was ham, but how is it prepared? Is it chowder, quiche, croquettes, pizza? I loved the ham risotto. Maybe they'll serve that again. I keep thinking about it.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, which means it could be time for it again, assuming they rotate their menu items. I didn't realize how much I liked risotto until I got here. Could we get some risotto for lunch, for a change? Anybody? Hello? Would it kill you to serve risotto?
You could have ordered risotto at any of the restaurants when we dined out. Nobody stopped you.
If I had known what it tasted like, I would have. How come you never made it?
Risotto is tricky. You can't cook it like rice. You need to stir it constantly, pour in broth, stir, more broth. You don't want it to get too gummy. It's a fine line.
Go ahead, take another peek. What kind of ham are we getting?
Deviled.
They served us deviled ham this morning. And yesterday.
And the day
day before that, and that, and that. The days all run together. I can't tell what day it is. I can't even tell what hour of the day it is. There's no clocks or calendars or sunrises or sunsets.
I think that's the point. Please sit down. You're making a scene. Oh, you seem on edge today.
Point or no point, at the very least they could put ice cubes in our water. You know, I used to love ham. It was my favorite meal. That's why every Thanksgiving we had both ham and turkey.
I know. I made both. Every Thanksgiving. I did all the cooking.
I helped.
When did you ever help in the kitchen? No, you watched football.
Maybe I did the dishes. I recall doing dishes. I'm trying to remember.
Nope, you sat on your ass, make dessert. Usually 2 servings.
You know, I'll never understand how people consider that exercise. You realize all you're doing is standing still?
And I'll never understand how I died first. You should have gone before me. I watched my diet and walked everywhere. You played golf and poker. 2 activities not exactly known for improving one's cardiovascular system.
You were hit by a bus while jogging.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. Well, I was distracted.
That's because you were texting. Distracted jogging, the police called it. Truth be told, I didn't expect to outlive you either. If I thought there was a chance of that, I might have learned how to cook.
All you had to do was ask. I would have been glad to teach you the basics of cooking. But that would have interfered with your other hobbies. Face it. Your hobbies were an excuse to get away from me and the kids. Well, how'd you do?
Do what?
Cooking for yourself?
It was much easier than I thought. I just microwaved everything. What I didn't microwave, I barbecued, and what I didn't barbecue, I put between 2 slices of bread. I don't think I ever opened the oven door. Keeping the house clean, that was the real problem. Stripping the bed, doing the laundry, making the bed. You have to walk around the bed. Once my knees gave out, just making the bed took all morning. I sure missed you.
You missed having a cook and a maid, not a partner. You assumed you had married a domestic worker. I had plans too. I was always supposed to be your best friend, not to mention lover. At least I thought that was the plan. You know, on our wedding day when we exchanged vows.
Ah, yes, let's talk about our vows. I thought those vows were supposed to last us till death do us part. We are now dead.
Dead as a doornail, as Dickens would say. You know, I saw him dining here before you arrived.
Charles Dickens, the writer, was here?
No, Charles Dickens, the yoga instructor. Yes, the writer. Why do you always question what I say?
What's taking so long? Why won't they ring the bell?
They'll ring the bell when they ring the bell. You have a more pressing engagement?
No, this is pretty much all I look forward to.
Till death do us part. 5 simple words.
Yet here we are dining together. We remain, in a word, unparted.
Well, do you want to be parted?
Why? What would be the point of it now? It's not as if speed dating is an option.
Maybe our situation is like that favorite movie of yours.
Turner and Hooch?
No, the one where every day is the same.
Oh, you mean Groundhog Day. I love that movie. I could watch it over and over.
That's good, because I think you're in it now. Over and over.
Really?
Think about it. Every day is the same. We're stuck in this dining hall of what looks like a low-end assisted living facility, and all they serve us is ham. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, ham. Even for happy hour and late-night snacks. All ham, all the time.
So instead of experiencing the same day over and over, we're eating ham?
Again, I think that's the point.
Well, if it is, I don't get it. I mean, I sort of get it, but what's the end game? What comes after ham?
How'd the movie end?
The main character, the TV weather guy, had to change. He started off as a jerk and had to become a better person in order to break the spell.
There it is.
There what is?
Our way out of Hamville. We have to be nicer to each other.
Want to give it a try?
What do we have to lose?
I'll go first.
My dear, you look simply ravishing today. Whatever did you do with your hair? It's perfect. I've never seen your hair looking better.
Oh, how kind of you to notice.
And those shoes, are they new?
Yes, they're Manolo Blahniks from the Nordstrom. I got them at their half-yearly sale.
I don't care where they're from or how much they cost as long as they're on your feet.
Oh, how sweet of you to say. And how was your golf game this morning, my precious?
Splendid. Pars, birdies, and a hole-in-one.
Bravo, my love. I must admit, you don't look a day over 50. Over 40. Over 30.
What's for lunch? I'm famished.
Ham. Deviled ham. No change.
Maybe they could tell we weren't being sincere.
Why can't we be honest with one another? We were in love once. Very much in love. What happened?
I don't know. I guess things kept coming between us.
That's right. That's what happened. Our jobs.
Those long commutes.
All the kids' activities. I swear, if I see another soccer ball, I'm going to scream.
Buying and selling houses.
All the packing and unpacking.
Mowing lawns.
I thought you liked mowing.
Are you kidding? You mow the lawn, it grows back. You mow it again, it grows back again. I hated the lawn. It's like your house has a beard that won't stop growing. You know?
College for the kids.
And then grandkids came. I guess life got in the way.
Well, life's not the problem now. We're both dead.
Dead as a doornail, as you already said. You're right, you know.
How so?
For much of my life, I was a better friend to my friends than I was to my wife. Believe me, if I had the chance to do it over again, I would put you first. Always.
And I would do the same for you.
I wouldn't wait until I lost you to miss you.
I look at you and I still see the same handsome young man I danced with at our wedding. I remember thinking of what a miracle it was that two people, two very different people, could become one so easily. We were so close. I could feel your heart beating.
And I still see the same beautiful, amazing young woman I twirled around the church hall to great applause. We were quite the couple.
Quite the couple indeed. Oh, I miss that couple.
Salmon?
With creamy dill sauce?
Just like they served at our wedding reception. Before we eat, I would be honored if you would dance with me again, my love.
The honor would be all mine, my dear husband.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheek?
bullshit. The big boss said being safety chief would get me a fucking raise.
You gotta talk to him, man.
We cannot have this shit right now. Look, we got OSHA inspectors crawling all over this place tomorrow, and don't tell nobody this, but I'm this close to a necktie. You know, Jimmy upstairs says I got prospects. He said to start buying neckties.
OSHA, no OSHA. You gotta talk to this guy.
Why can't they just go fuck with a satin factory or something, you know? Give those white glove line boys enemas or something. I mean, this is a fucking retread factory for Christ's sake.
I'm telling you, man.
Shit.
No.
Shit.
Fine then.
Mikey, you know I respect you.
Fuck you.
Me and him were in the guard together, you know? Brandon he's solid.
Mo, you are a good friend, and I have to say this to you.
It's probably just the fucking glue.
I don't think so.
He's the fucking glue boy, Mikey. I mean, same as you were last year, and I was 4 years ago. Yeah, that resin made you one goofy son of a bitch yourself.
It ain't the glue. He's got powers.
You've been dipping in the glue too, huh?
Maybe I'm going fucking loony, okay? I don't know. I woke up feeling kind of stupid today, but yesterday, I believed. That's why you gotta talk to this guy. If you see it, then I'll know. But I ain't the only one seen it.
When
I talked to some of the other guys.
When did this start?
He started getting loud about it last week. But Ron said he started talking this way after that safety inspector showed up last month.
Fucking OSHA, man. Look, you're not supposed to know this, but it's the fucking glue that's got OSHA sniffing our stool in the first place. You remember Hearns? You know, short blonde turd of a guy? He even looked like Barney Flintstone.
Yeah, he bummed about 60 smokes off me.
Yeah, well, we had to keep it hushed. And then his wife, you know, she called OSHA. Hired that asshole Jocelyn.
Is that the guy who sits on a hog in his commercial talking about motorcycle accidents?
Yeah, him.
That's a beautiful machine he's on. 74 Sportster.
He's suing the shit out of our parent company.
I thought Hearns just up and quit.
Fucking I wish. Look, he was sneaking glue home in his lunchbox. One night, his wife wakes up and she sees that he ain't in bed, so she goes down into the living room and there's Barney Flintstone, all splayed out naked. He was covered an inch thick and shiny. You know, lacquered, shellacked, you know, like they do to bar tops to make beer slide easy on him? Look, the paramedics had to cut him out of the carpet like he was gingerbread.
This is different.
Don't tell me you forgot what a stinky fucking monkey your ass was until I got you promoted to the ovens. Look, and I promise you this. Anybody who fucks up in front of OSHA tomorrow, well, they're gonna get fucking killed. I fucking promise you that. Look, I'll bash his head in right now if I have to. I fucking promise you that.
Stop, look, and listen, man. That's all I'm saying. Just stop, look, and listen. I will speak no more on this topic. I need not. I shit you not.
What the fuck are you saying? I mean, what the fuck you're saying? Okay, me and him were in the guard together, you understand? In the Gulf. Our cuts were end to end. In a tiny fucking tent in the fucking sand. End to end, you understand? Okay, he was my squad leader. He kept my head and my ass in proper alignment. Yo, we shook scorpions out of our boots every rise and shine.
I didn't mean no offense. He's got me thinking is all.
Well, don't hurt yourself. Thinking about what?
That's stupid. Holiness.
Holiness! Oh, he's doing that routine with you.
What?
He's fucking got you, man. Look, the few times me and him got leave over in Saudi, you know, and we got our hands on some beers, because those Muslimites, they don't drink. Not even the good ones. Brandon would get 4 or 5 in him, and he'd start preaching.
I didn't smell no booze on his breath.
We laughed our asses off when he did that preaching stuff. And we needed laughs, you know, more than anything. More than Boozle even, you know. Scuds was slamming down, and him talking nuts kept us from going nuts. The glue's probably just giving him flashbacks is all.
He done miracles.
Shit.
I talked to some of the other guys.
You and the other guys are like a gaggle of hens. It's like a regular fucking sewing circle in this fucking break room.
I've seen his powers myself. You talk to him, then come find me. Howdy, gentlemen.
Brandon?
I better get back on the machine.
Be still, Mikey.
So how's the wonderful fucking world of tread technology treating you?
Good, good. I don't know if I properly ever thanked you for getting me the job last month.
Forget it.
No, I mean it. This is important work.
Well, shit, it won't be long before you're cursing my name.
Never. You believe in me.
You kept my shit straight in the Gulf.
Many now believe in me because you believe in me. Belief is the first step on the stair to faith, my friend.
My break's about over. I better get back to the others.
Peace, Michael. Witness for us so that the word may be spread even and true, like fresh 40 weight on a Ford V8.
Damn! You got these idiots.
Behold! The great hoop of life. Above all others, we have been chosen to rebuild the holy wheel. We take what was broken and remake it anew so that the circle of life may spin everlasting.
Like I said,
the wheel has worn down, and I have been picked to adhere a new growth of the tread. Traction is the message I bring to the hearts of men. Without traction, the motor makes nothing but noise. The pistons piss their fire into chaos. Traction spins the world beneath the great wheel. Traction
Easy, boy. Don't spoil the whole show for me here. We'll grab a
I am the glue.
couple of beers.
No one rotates on the axle except by me.
Brandon.
A great task has been befallen upon me, and you, Elmore, are to be the tool of my transformulation.
Look, we got these inspectors coming.
You are the spark which ignites the fuel of my message and turns the engine over. You are the friction between the pavement and the tire, which makes traction possible.
See now?
Okay, look, I don't know what the fuck has gotten into you, but we got inspectors coming tomorrow.
Look into the wheel.
You gotta look in the tire, man. This is the wheel I was talking about.
Look, this ain't gonna get me pissed. Okay, you see, I ain't laughing.
Look into the wheel, and all will be made plain unto you.
Do it.
This is not going to get me pissed. Look, you took good care of me in the Gulf, and now I'm going to do the same for you.
Look into the wheel.
Fuck the wheel!
How can it hurt you to look?
Is this something the two of you
Mikey?
cooked up?
Do you believe in me?
I believe what I saw in the tire. And some of that traction stuff makes some sense, too.
You were two silly sons of bitches. Okay, I'm the motherfucking safety chief of this here plant, and I got OSHA inspectors crawling all over my ass tomorrow, okay? And look, if they see another fucking loony glue boy, not only will they can my ass, but they'll shut down the entire factory for a whole year while they talk about it, okay? Look, I'm this close to a necktie. Jimmy upstairs says I got prospects.
The wheel is...
No! Fuck the wheel, fuck traction! Look, here's the deal, boys, okay? Brandon, you're gonna stay home from work tomorrow, and Mikey, you're gonna keep your fucking mouth shut.
I am the glue. I have to be here.
Are you gonna spout off to the inspectors?
Every man has rights here.
No. Ron or somebody will cover the glue.
You ain't have to get all worked up. Just look in the tire.
What am I supposed to see in a goddamn tire?
You may tell him what you saw, Mikey.
I seen spokes first with colored straws on them. Then they started spinning. It was my bike my uncle gave me on my 8th birthday. Then I seen these dirty steel wheels, 6 lugs with clamps, just where the Impala hubcaps popped on. My first car was a '76 Impala. Then I seen the racing mags on my truck and all the other...
No! That's it! You're both fucking fired! Now get the fuck out of here! Fuck you.
You saw. I know you saw. You're not gonna fire us. And the firing of you takes 3 working days anyways. What'd you see, Mo? Did you see that old Nova SS you used to have? I bet you'd be glad to see that beauty again. Didn't your sister roll it or something?
I didn't see no goddamn car.
What?
Did I stutter?
You didn't even see your Corvette?
Do you want to know what I saw?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what I saw?
Yeah, damn it.
For a second, I thought I seen a whole wall of faces looking at me. And they was wearing them, gladiator helmets. Like in the movies with the brass with the red brushes on top. And then I seen a hillside. It looked like skull sockets. And then I seen my trusty tire iron here.
I talked to Eddie and Dallas and Roger. They all seen their old cars. We're gonna meet at the Durban Lounge tonight if you wanna come.
I may be a little late. I got a promise to keep.